Hi everybody, Matt from Camp House Auto Care. How you guys doing? I hope everybody's being safe out there in the world. I made a promise that we would make a few more videos talking about different things that are of importance in Car Care Month, and this is the next one in our series. You're going to come and see me and you're going to get your oil changed, or you're going to get any number of services. And anytime that happens, every car we touch, we always do an inspection on it. When we do that inspection, we check the condition of all your fluids and all the important maintenance items, and then we kind of let you know what's going on and what needs to be done and what's coming up. One of the ones that we talk about all the time that nobody seems to have any idea about what's going on is a differential service. So today I'm going to show you what a differential service is. If you remember Lucille from our last video, that's my wife's truck. This would be the underside of Lucille. This is the rear differential. This is what makes it possible for two things. For your engine spinning around like this to then branch out and push tires to make power, and for you to go through a corner without making a whole bunch of stuff happen. This is where all the power that you make, everything that comes out, all comes into this unit right here and then splits out on the axle shafts to push the tires to then push the vehicle. This is full of gear oil. It smells 100% awful when you open this thing up. I'm not going to open this one up today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a service through the plug. It's got a drain and a fill plug on the back of this, and we're going to pull that plug, and then we're going to use a suction tool to suck that fluid out and put new fluid in there. This becomes important to change it because there is no cooler for this. There is no filter for this. There is no way to recondition this fluid or make it last longer. It dissipates heat on its own. It collects, metal pieces from the differential on its own and dirt on its own, and it just suspends it in the gear oil. And if you don't ever change it, you're going to end up destroying this differential. If you destroy this differential and have to get and replace this whole rear axle, you're talking $4,000 or $5,000 in most cases. It's extremely expensive. We offer this service. We do it for every vehicle's a little bit different, but most of the time that service starts about $99 and goes up from there. But this one little thing that I'm going to do here today and that I'm going to show you guys could absolutely prolong the life of your vehicle. The other videos we're going to do in this series, we're going to talk about the transfer case that some vehicles, including cars, have now, and front differentials. But for now, we're going to focus on the rear. This particular truck has access through here, through this drain plug. So what we're going to do is I'm going to position my drain pan so I don't make a giant mess. Because like I said, gear oil absolutely smells. If you get it on your skin, it takes 3 to 4 days for it to go away, and it smells, it's just horrific. Okay. On the back of this plug, you can see it right here. It looks like there's like a little creamy mushroom looking substance. That's actually metal from inside the differential. It's a magnetic plug and it's normal to see stuff like that. It's here to pick that metal up. But what we'll do is we'll clean that off. Normally, when this is full, you should see a little bit of fluid trickle out of here, but this differential is probably a little bit low because it does have a vent to it, but there's nothing that's draining out the back side of it. Again, this truck's got about 53,000 miles on it. I am the second owner of it, so we don't really know what that service history is. You can kind of get in there and we'll see. Yeah, it's right below the surface. The gear oil itself is dark. It smells awful, like I thought, but it doesn't look too terrible at this point. But I'll tell you what, once I get this suction hooked up to it and start dragging some of the fluid out, you'll be able to see it come down through the tube, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So that hose just turned from white to black because of the color of the fluid and coming out there. So not only are we sucking out the old fluid, we're sucking out dirt, we're sucking out contaminants, we're sucking out metal that would otherwise be in that differential and wear the gears. Not that I wanted to disappear, but I forgot rags of all the things. My mom used to tell me all the time that if I didn't remember to leave the house with my head screwed on, I'd probably forget it at home. And she's probably 100% right, but I needed these. Oh, so, no joke, like 25 minutes later, now I'm ready to do the second half of the service. I was going to keep the video going, but gear oil takes an awfully long time to drain from anywhere. It's like molasses in January going uphill. It's about the story of it. So rather than go through the whole rigmarole of, it's like watching paint dry, watching this thing suck it out. So I figured what we'll do is we'll just skip that part and we'll go right to the other part. So the differential has now been sucked empty. We used that tool earlier before. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill the differential. This part goes much faster, so I'll keep you with it. It used to be that all differentials used pretty much the same stuff. Everything had one weight of oil and that was just the way it was. Well, it is no longer that way. Just like just about every car out there takes a different viscosity and grade of engine oil, every particular vehicle has its own viscosity and grade of differential gear oil. We have the capability to go into all of the dealer specified software and specifications for every vehicle that comes into our service department, so you will always get the right fluid going in here. This particular one takes a 75 W90 full synthetic and it is a GL5 rating. There's not a lot of science to filling this up. Basically, you're going to squirt all of this in here, and when it starts to run out of the hole, it's full. One down. Unfortunately, gear oil has a tendency to be a little on the noisy side when you put it anywhere. So I'm not really sure how we handle that on the professional end, other than to say, well, that's just part of life when you're doing a diff service. That's two. I don't know if you can hear my camera person back there smiling and laughing, but I think that she's amazed that I'm keeping a straight face as we go along with this. So this little bit of fluid that's dribbling out of the hole right now is normally what you're going to want to see, but I know that that's not from getting the differential full yet. That's from me spilling a little bit. So we'll keep going to make sure that we've got the differential full. Because you would never want to go driving down the road and have this be low on fluid, because you're talking about doing thousands of dollars of damage internally with the gears. That is from the differential being full. Maybe. Wait and see. Yep. So that overflow right there that's running out, that tells me I got the difference full. all we're going to do at that point is put the drain plug back in. And then I'm going to clean up my mess. And now that differential is good to go for another 30,000 miles. It's the very simple services like this that take a car from being a good for a 100,000 mile car to being good for a 300,000 mile car or a 400,000 mile car. In some cases, even 500,000. It's the little stuff. It's always the little stuff that's going to give you the best longevity for your vehicle. Little stuff like this that here at Camp House Auto Care we can do for you. Hey, it's auto repair from people who care. You guys have a great rest of the day, and thanks for watching.